Hello friends. Today I will be presenting a presentation on monitoring the impacts of over-tourism in Machu Picchu, the Inca Trail. Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge the Royal Roads University campus is located on the traditional lands of the Esquimalt and the Songhees. It was with great pleasure that we love, laugh, live and play on these traditional lands. The reason I chose this topic was because the Inca Trail is one of the seven wonders of the world, and according to Matsungu, it is considered as the modern day pilgrimage. I was often fond of trekking, and the Inca Trail is the famous trek in South America. According to Incan Trail Peru 2021, it has been rated as the top 5 treks in the world. The trek also has a great significance as it gives the visitors the chance to follow the footsteps of the lost Andean civilization. It was a holy place which was undertaken for religious ceremonies and human sacrifices. Trekking also represents an essential authenticity because it helps us to experience the state of being. It helps in reducing the stress and improve the cardiovascular strength, which further helps us to improve the mental health. It helps us to focus and increase our productivity. Such type of experience helps us to connect with the local culture and disconnect from the technology. This creates a sense of belonging as well as purpose. The Inca Trail makes us understand that it is a great example of not only a responsible tourism but also of sustainable tourism. According to Adventure Life, Inca Trail is long-distance walk route to the ancient city of Machu Picchu and Peru's leading tourist attraction. Access to Inca Trail is only provided by permits, and the trail runs around 26 miles, which is hiked over 4 days and 3 nights. Over tourism is the impact of tourism on a destination and its paths that excessively influence perceived quality of the life of citizens or or quality of visitors' experience in a negative manner. Over tourism in Machu Picchu has increased from 6,000 tourists in 1984 to 82,000 in 2002. Today, approximately 900,000 tourists visit Machu Picchu and hike the Inca Trail annually. However, only 500 people can hike the trail on a particular day at a particular point of time. According to West 2019, the over-tourism has resulted in strained availability of resources, which has further adversely impacted the ecotourism. This slide focuses on the impacts of over-tourism. The World Travel and Tourism Council has identified the 5 main challenges related to overcrowding. This includes first, the alienated feeling within the local residents; second, degraded tourist experience; third, overloaded infrastructure; fourth, damage to nature; and fifth, threat to the culture and heritage by McKinsey and Company 2017. However, from my understanding, there are other challenges which includes the condition of the porters. This is most important. As according to Brower 2003, porters are men and women who are employed to carry the trekking equipments while trekking. According to Alpaca Expeditions 2021, without the porters, climbing the Inca Trail is next to impossible. Heather McBrower, who is the founder of Discover South America in Responsible Tourism 2021, says that over-tourism has affected the working conditions of these porters as they are sleep deprived and suffer from health problems. They get lack of sufficient food provisions and have respiratory infections. But what is the remedial action to that? It is yet to be explored. The second impact is the social impact. Increase in tourism has led to an increase in encasma or the fierce embracement of the Incan tradition with strong influence of the international community romanticized through the Western lens by Ryan 2020. This has been commodified within the tourist industry in terms of imagery and souvenirs, thereby further alienating the local indigenous group, as suggested by Sanchez 2018, cited in Ryan 2020. The last is the environmental impact. Over-tourism has further caused harm to the wildlife, flora and fauna, and resulted in soil degradation on the Inca Trail by Larson LR and Pudyal 2012. COVID 19 not only impacted the entire world but also had a huge impact on tourism. The Inca Trail too was impacted. The pandemic reversed the trend of over tourism to under tourism. There was a high volume of under tourism risk on the Inca Trail. The scores of the hotel, restaurants, and tourism related businesses throughout the region went bankrupt. The income sources and unemployment took place. The local Peruvians were forced to leave their cities, which resulted in huge losses of income. Stagnations of all the future projects took place. As tourism revenue for the Peruvian government evaporated, funding for improvement and conservation efforts also suffered, which had a detrimental impact on the environmental preservations. My final presentation or assignment will focus on the post COVID strategies which is done to enhance the visitor's experience. I will also try to bring out my in depth analysis and comparison of Inca Trail with the other trails such as Nepal. Critical thinking. Now, I would like you all to think about how over tourism has its consequences which damage the archaeological site and the Inca Trail. How do you think the Peruvian authorities are trying to fix the damage done in the Inca Trail by the use of engineering capabilities and technology? And do you think over-tourism will return as before when the COVID 19 crisis wanes? What, according to you, would be the effective steps and strategies you think should be undertaken by the stakeholders and responsible tourism to manage the circulation of tourism? Thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed my presentation on Inca Trail. I am looking forward to your comments and feedbacks.